Stage 4 of the Giro D'Italia had taken the riders to Etna. Leonard Kemner attacking from a bunch of 14 riders, trying to make it up to Juanpe Lopez, who's the most advanced of all of them. Lopez messed up on the final corner on the approach to the mighty mountain. Leonard Kemner winning the stage. Lopez would take the pink jersey into Stage 5. On Stage 5, Etna was again in the background. It started from Catania, the fifth stage of the Giro d'Italia, the second and final day in Sicily, and linking two of its biggest three cities. Catania with Messina, most of the stage, almost a repeat of one we'd had a couple of years earlier, finishing in Villafranca Tirrena and won by Arnaud Démare. This time 38 kilometres extra around the coastline, finishing in the hometown of Vincenzo Nibali in Messina. 174 kilometres for Stage 5 of this year's Giro. The new Maglia Rosa. Juanpe Lopez, the first Spaniard in 7 years to pull on the pink jersey. It took around 4 kilometres for the day's break to form. Again, we had two riders from drawn up at Androni Giocattoli and the same two members, Filippo Tagliani and Mattia Bais. When it came to the intermediate sprint early on, at the bottom of the day's only climb, Tagliani was the man to win that sprint. He'd do so ahead of Jaakko Heinonen, the Finnish rider for AG2R Citroën. Also in the break were Maestri of Eolo. Up there too, Bardiani represented in the breakaway with Tonelli. Only 3 points were available in the hunt for the Maglia Ciclamino behind, and they were taken by Binyam Girmay. No resistance there, but Mathieu van der Poel sent his team to work on the climb. Portella Mandrazzi, a 20-kilometre climb at 4%. Alpecin Fenix trying to drop pure sprinters Cavendish and Ewan, and it didn't take too long for them to succeed. Cavendish the first spotted by the cameras, but by this stage Ewan was already further back. They were already drifting towards a minute behind the peloton with around 10 k's to go on the climb. Ewan was in real trouble though, having just one man with him to help out. Not seemingly on a good day. Closer to the top, Arnaud Démare was dropped as well. He had a good group of riders around him, and they were doing their best to keep him in touch. The breakaway would just about take the king of the mountains points, Maestri taking most of them ahead of Bais. And 48 seconds was the gap over the top. The break would be caught with 66 kilometres to go. Israel Premier Tech trying to pull things along for the likes of Nizzolo, who was still in the group. Fernando Gaviria was still there. Cavendish wasn't getting back on, however, with Ewan a further 2 minutes behind. Arnaud Démare did make it back, and straight away he sent his team to work at the front to make sure that Cavendish and Ewan would struggle to retain or gain any contact. Inside 50 kilometres to go, approaching the intermediate sprint. And this one for bonus seconds as well as intermediate sprint points. Ben Swift rather cleverly taking the 3 seconds away of Joao Almeida, who nevertheless got 2. He chipping 2 back on the rest of his GC rivals. No Cavendish, no Ewan, confirmed. 11 kilometres to go and things really started hotting up. Inside the final 3 kilometres, a few twists and turns taken on by Bora Hansgrohe and the rest of the GC teams looking to protect their leaders. Going under the Flamme Rouge though and approaching the most difficult turn, it will be Groupama FDJ's Miles Scottson to win the race for the corner. His leader Arnaud Démare had been caught out a little 2 or 3 wheels back, but he wasn't too badly placed. Ramon Singledam returned him right to the wheel, but there would be competition. Downhill for 200 or 300 metres, but then a headwind hit, Singledam leading out, Démare eventually coming off his wheel, with several competitors alongside him. Girmay was boxed into one side, Barhaus was just around him, Consonni was there as well, Gaviria was gaining, Nizzolo was up there, but it would be Arnaud Démare who would win once again. Démare back with his first victory of the season, and back in Sicily, where he'd enjoyed his last visit 2 years previous. Démare ahead of Gaviria and Nizzolo, with Ballerini taking Quick-Step Alpha Final's best position. Girmay in another top 5 with Bauhaus Dainese, Tesfazion Turns and Consonni all making the top 10. Mathieu van der Poel denied an opportunity with a rider coming just in front of him. He would not contest the sprint in the end. That meant that Van der Poel would be just outside the positions needed to score points, and Arnaud Démare would score enough points to take him into the lead in the Maglia Ciclamino points competition. Biniam Girmay would be second, Fernando Gaviria third, Van der Poel down to fourth. A big day then for the Frenchman, a very big day for Groupama FDJ, who came to this Giro with the aim of a stage win. They now have one. Juanpe Lopez was still living the dream as the leader of the Giro d'Italia. The general classification unchanged apart from those 2 seconds in 7th place there, going to Almeida. Lopez, the first Spaniard since Alberto Contador 7 years previous to wear the Maglia Rosa. And the young man from Trek Segafredo will now take it to the mainland, with stage 6 expected to be won for the sprinters again. Ever so slightly longer this time, up the Calabrian coast. A 2-star stage, according to the organisers, finishing in Scalea on the Riviera dei Cedri. The only mountain difficulty coming in the first quarter of a stage. And you can watch the Giro d'Italia each and every day live and on demand. It's GCN Plus, Discovery Plus and Eurosport.